her trigger discipline is great because she's been trained since birth, basically, to have great trigger discipline, and I think we are, we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves here in, child safety and firearms. I think the first thing you need to talk about, or we need to talk about and address, is securing your firearms, right? Because most children, my children included, are not as proficient in firearms as yours, right? Because your daughter grew up in a gun range. So to that end, securing your firearms, having a safe place for them that children, particularly ones who don't have any sort of training or instruction around it,
and they might be older.
Correct.
Too. They might be 15-year-old kids that you don't trust with firearms.
Correct.
And they might be some kids that might never be able to be trusted with firearms, right? If they have different disabilities or whatever it might be, like you might say, hey, they always had to have adult supervision while doing that, definitely. Storage is a very important part. I remember at one time where I had to pick up the gun every night. So like I had to keep a rifle for home defense and it sits next to the bedside. Every night I'd have to put it out, and every morning before I woke up, I had to pick it up and put it in a safe direction. Correct. Like somewhere where she could not pick it up and she couldn't mess around with it. So I had to do that for a long period of time until I finally trusted her into, hey, I can leave it out, right? Like I don't have to do that anymore. But that's all up to your trust and where they're at. There's no one that can tell you hey, yeah, it's a safe time. If you don't feel comfortable with it, then don't do it. You have to continue picking up the gun and making sure it's in a secure spot for that. There's different safes that you can put out there that's quick access if you don't want to deal with it as much, to where you can put it next to the bedside and you just pass a little magnet thing or something over it to open it. Those are great. And you don't have to worry about picking it up and putting it down every time.